Top of the afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Technically, it's Memorial Day weekend, so a shout out for all those who have served, those who have sacrificed, those who have given anything and everything that they have, even to the point of death. Our country owes those people a great gratitude. We're going to say thank you to those that are in the process of serving, because that's a pretty important part of our country being the way that it is and us having the freedom that we have. I'd like to say a special thanks to those that are going to serve us in the future. They don't even know it yet, possibly. Looking out for our best interests as a country is a really noble thing to do. A lot of us out here actually understand that and appreciate what you're doing. So armed services, people, stem to stern, we owe you a great deal of gratitude. Thank you for your service. Okay, so I'm on location right now. My NBFF over here, Mr. Ryder, he forked out the big bucks to have me come down and give him a little help. Just kind of get him acclimated to some things. We've been saw testing, talking about the chain concept, what I like them to feel like. And so, what do you think? What's your take on your chains versus what I think they're getting close to? What do you think?
There's no comparison.
You gotta speak up though.
There's no comparison from what I've been sawing with to what you've got what your grind is. It's total night and day difference. Real eye opener. Haven't had a template to compare from, and yeah, it's very impressive, no doubt.
All right, so I have tinnitus super bad, and I have my hearing aids out, and I have my earmuffs in. I did not hear a word that man said, but I think he was shaking his head yes. So I'm thinking he's liking the chain after we kind of got it a little bit dialed in on my best guess for actually an inland grind for when I was working for Cousin Gary. This is one of the leftover chains that I had. We're 33-inch Oregon lightweight on the Psy-Ko saw that I built for Mr. Ryder here, I don't know, a while ago. So we're gonna be knocking some trees out. We can see we have some problems, childs here. We're gonna go there, we're gonna pick off that madrone that's dead. Then we're gonna come back here and whittle on this a little bit in the poison oak patch and see what's going on. We're broken twice, and we're kind of being held up by this dead madrone here. We're just gonna take out some dead trees, and then we're gonna, I don't know, go have fun in the poison oak in this process. And we're going to try to, I think, lay this tree back over in here since it's kind of more open. Instead of slamming it out through like the nice green trees, we're just trying to get rid of the dead stuff. So, again, we're just kind of having an actual good fun day. We've been spending a little bit of time together. That guy's actually an okay dude. I was uncertain in the beginning, actually for several months, but I've actually kind of warmed up to him. I think he's actually a pretty decent guy. So he invited me to come down and, I don't know, show him what little bit I know about some things. We spent a lot of time today talking about chain and angles and all kinds of monkey business. We're going to have to get into that in a video at a later date. But anyway, let's just start killing stuff now, shall we? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Effect. I try to stay out of it as much as possible. So it is what it is for my particular body chemistry. So we kind of knocked some stuff out, picked off a couple that were on the ground. Now we're going to get Mr. Ryder to come over here. We're going to take a look at this tree and see if we're going to put a wedge in the back cut or not. So I'm going to let him plumb it. He's got a little special tool. I don't know where he got that. Seems like it's a carbon copy of what I have. Mysteriously, he now has one. So, first of all, we got to establish what?
Pardon me?
First of all, we have to establish, what are we establishing first?
Which way that tree's leaning.
Which way it's going?
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. Where's it going?
It's going that way. That's where we're sending it.
We can follow it out over there, or we can see that big hole right there with some actual added cush right there. So, and we got that kind of flamed out thing, looks like it's going to be dying next. So, on a personal level, I kind of like this shot over here, as opposed to pile driving it into that stuff over there. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Do you think that that's a good idea?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
We're going to plumb it from where? We plumb it from, we talked about this earlier, we're plumbing it from
the center.
Center, but we're coming perpendicular off of the line of the shot.
Correct.
Okay, so if we think about the line of the shot, if we stand on at the butt, the line of the shot is there. So we can't be too far in front of this tree because we're trying to gun it for over there. We have to be over here so we're perpendicular to the line of the shot. We want to be at 90. If we can get it 90 to check the fore or aft lean, that is ideal. Okay, so here he goes. We're going to see if I'm a good teacher.
It's definitely leaning back. It's almost clearing the line. Right up here, probably 20 foot
Got to
up.
speak up.
Probably clearing the line about 20 foot up, so it does have a lean back this way.
So he's saying the top's headed out this way.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so now I'm going to plumb it. So I'm going to stand pretty close to what I think is perpendicular to the line of the shot, which is basically where Mr. Ryder was. We're going to look up there and go, yeah, it looks pretty bad hanging back. Okay. So we can see that it clears the string at about 20 feet. Which means we're definitely going to have to put the back cut in first. So we're going to do that now. Wedge is an indicator of movement. It's compounded by the length of the wedge itself, so it moves much further out here than it does here. And so I'm going to watch and see what's happening with the tree itself as I'm sawing the back cut in. So since we're trying to be educational about this, what we're going to explain right now is it's kind of important when you're wedging a tree And we did use the axe handle as a movement multiplier right there in the end. You actually want the deck for the face a little bit lower, or at least level or lower than the elevation of the back cut, if you can get that easier. Right? Much easier to wedge, I guess, essentially. So we're going to continue. Yeah, maybe we didn't get any of that. So we're checking over here. Now we can stop for a second, verify the side lean. I actually looked at this tree from over there before we got here a little while ago, eyeballed it, and I knew that it's leaning down quite a little bit. So if we take a look at the string, we see it's out at about 15 feet. So we're going to take up a little bit of the gun because we got a little bit of distance here. And we're going to take a look at a sizz wheel, which is going to help a little bit with this process. So we looked at the far corner to see how much wood we had left, which that's kind of important. Now we know how much we have on this side. We'll come around a little bit further with the face, and then we'll, hopefully if I can do it right, we'll have that side come up tight and this side come up actually afterwards. That's going to combat the side lean a little bit.
I think so.
Even though I'm a 0 because I missed my shot, and that's kind of why I was tickling on that far side. I could see that it was coming up a little bit too high. So that was a learning curve for me. So hopefully that's the last time it happens on this guy's ranch. Looks like we got about 3 or 4 dead ones right over there that are going to have to go eventually. So anyway, thanks for watching this session. Have a blessed day wherever you might be on God's green earth.